Dam. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's J-Mass, and I'm back again with another dope Massachusetts adventure. For episode 3 of my Massachusetts Town Review series, we will be covering the town of Huntington, Massachusetts. Huntington is a small rural town located in southwestern Hampshire County with a population of 2,094 people as of the 2020 U.S. Census. Huntington is a town that I'm not too personally familiar with, thus I'm excited to delve deep into its history and discover what makes Huntington a truly charming town. Prior to any permanent European settlement, the land that is now modern-day Huntington was once included within the territory of the indigenous Pocumtuck tribe. Sadly, this tribe was decimated by smallpox upon the arrival of Europeans, and prior to permanent settlement within the town's modern-day borders, the tribe had all but vanished. It would not be until 1760 when European settlement arrived. These settlers, primarily from Norwich, Connecticut, pursued a lifestyle of farming and logging. In 1762, this settlement, along with what is now the nearby town of Chester, was established as Plantation No. 9. It was first sold at auction for £1,500 before being sold yet again to 3 new owners. In 1765, Plantation No. 9 was officially incorporated as a town and renamed to Murrayfield. This would be short-lived, however. In 1773, the eastern portion of the town split away, becoming its own district and renaming itself to Norwich, in reference to its original settlers from Norwich, Connecticut. This new district of Norwich, although separate from Murrayfield, was still dependent on the town for governmental representation. This too would be short-lived. By 1783, the town of Murrayfield had officially changed its name to Chester, and 3 years later, in 1786, the district of Norwich was officially incorporated as its own independent town. Throughout the early 1800s, economic growth was slow. However, the local economy began to grow significantly thanks to the construction of the Western Railroad in 1841, which passed through the town. This brought many new settlers to Norwich, quickly establishing a village around the train stop, then known as Chester Village. By 1870, the railroad became part of the Boston and Albany Railroad and is today used by CSX Transportation. And you can actually see the railroad directly behind me right here. By the mid-1800s, jurisdictional issues were sowing chaos within the town. The boundaries of nearby towns Chester and Blandford, as well as the boundaries of 2 counties, Hampshire and Hampton, all converged within Chester Village, causing confusion in several areas of the public sector. To remedy these issues, the town of Norwich annexed portions of Chester and Blandford in 1853, thanks in large part to the assistance of Northampton attorney Charles P. Huntington. In honor of the attorney's role in securing these annexations, the town of Norwich officially renamed itself to Huntington in 1855, being incorporated under the new name that same year. This also resulted in Chester Village being renamed to the Village of Huntington. Following the name change, Charles P. Huntington presented a financial donation to the town, aiding in the founding of a library. The town began to modernize as it entered the 20th century, with new forms of transportation taking over. The Springfield Street Railway came to Huntington in 1905, adding streetcars to the town. By 1920, U.S. Route 20 was constructed through Huntington, the town's first and only numbered highway. Industry was also established within the town, including the Huntington Textile Company, which thrived throughout the early to mid-1900s. During both World Wars, the Huntington Textile Company manufactured cloth, producing it for the Army during World War I and for the Army, Navy, and Red Cross during World War II. As textile production declined, the company closed in 1952. A paper mill also existed for a time in Huntington, established in 1853, but by 1924, operations had moved to nearby Holyoke. In 1942, these mills were destroyed by a severe fire, leaving behind no remnants. Today, Huntington persists as a small rural town in western Massachusetts, orbiting the nearby Springfield metro area. Unfortunately, Huntington is ranked 307th in terms of per capita income in Massachusetts, and it exists as something of a blue-collar community. Still, this town is absolutely beautiful, with views of nearby hills and mountains dotting the landscape, and the rushing Westfield River running through the town. So what exactly is there to do here in the town of Huntington, Massachusetts? Well, since it is a pretty small and rural town, there's unfortunately not a lot of indoor things to do. However, there are a myriad of great outdoor spaces here, from forests to woods to parks, and of course, many great hiking trails. In fact, I'm currently at the C.M. Gardner State Park right now, a beautiful forested area right along the east branch of the Westfield River with gorgeous hiking trails and scenery. Managed by the Massachusetts Department of Conservation and Recreation, C.M. Gardner State Park was donated and established in 1959 in honor of local Huntingtonian Charles M. Gardner, a former leader of the National Grange. This scenic park is great for family outings, offering several picnic tables, grills, and an open-air pavilion. The park also offers direct access to the east branch of the Westfield River, with an accompanying beach, although it should be noted that absolutely no swimming is allowed due to water quality. Fishing and boating, however, are both allowed. There are also well-maintained trails that snake through the trees, perfect for family hikes. C.M. Gardner State Park is open for parking between May 25th and September 2nd, and as I filmed this video shortly after the 2nd, the parking lot was closed for the season. There's also the Huntington State Forest, which is a vast swath of protected forest with several hiking trails and beautiful, stunning scenery. Now, this one is a lot more rugged and a little bit tougher to get to, but still absolutely worth it. I would highly recommend coming for a hike here. Nestled in the southeast corner of the town, Huntington State Forest offers hikers a more rugged and solitary hiking experience, thanks to its tough-to-reach location and thick, dense foliage dotting the trails. I'll be the first to admit that some of the trails here were a bit swampy and muddy, but overall, the forest was stunning and serene, with many pockets of lush green foliage and intriguing old remnants of stone walls. The forest was also quite deep, and as you peer into the woods while hiking, it seemingly goes on and on. The trails extend throughout the entirety of the vast forest, which is sure to provide you with a peaceful and relaxing experience. Perhaps the most iconic landmark in the town of Huntington is the Knightville Dam. Constructed in 1941 by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the Knightville Dam blocks off the east branch of the Westfield River and creates the Knightville Reservoir. But the Knightville Dam is also a public recreational area with many hiking trails, picnic tables, and beautiful vistas to walk around and explore. Following a major flood in 1936 that devastated communities along the Westfield River, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers began construction on the Knightville Dam in 1939, later completing it in 1941. This was the fifth dam built in a series of flood control dams constructed throughout the Westfield River system, preventing further damage and destruction from floods. The Knightville Dam is still administered by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in its Flood Risk Management Project. So you might be looking at the reservoir over here and wondering, if this is a reservoir and this is a dam, where's all the water? I mean, shouldn't this thing be full of water? Well, this sign over here goes into detail about that. And you can see it's really only after extensive rain or snowmelt when the reservoir is full of water. Now, this is basically part of an emergency flood prevention system. You can read all about it right here, but this is to prevent catastrophic floods from affecting nearby communities. The Knightville Dam also offers plenty of opportunities for recreational activities and is a perfect location for family outings and day trips. Several picnic tables with grills dot the area, and scenic hiking trails weave through the forests around the reservoir. Of course, you can also walk along the top of the dam and experience expansive views of the reservoir and surrounding hills from higher up. Although it's primarily located within the nearby town of Chester, Massachusetts, I would be remiss if I didn't at least mention Littleville Dam, which is also partially located within the town of Huntington. Now, I'm only going to be staying in Huntington in this video. The Chester-Huntington town border is actually right over there. But I did want to mention it because while most of Littleville Dam is located over there in Chester, there is a small portion here in Huntington, which actually makes two dams here in the town of Huntington, Massachusetts, this one being situated on the middle branch of the Westfield River. An integral component of Huntington's identity is its community, and there is no better example of this than the nonprofit organization It Takes a Village. Headquartered in the former St. Thomas Church, It Takes a Village's mission statement is to provide free postpartum and early parenting support to families with babies and young children living in Western Massachusetts, and to inspire the community to welcome the newest members of their village. I had the chance to speak with the coordinator, Becky, about this organization.
Hi, I'm Becky. I'm the store coordinator here at It Takes a Village. We have a distribution center where we have clothing from newborns all the way through adult-sized clothing, toys, books, and baby gear. Everything in here is free. Everything is donated to us, and families are welcome to come and take what they need and give donations when they can. You're all welcome to be here.
As mentioned by Becky, this location, known as the Village Closet, accepts donations of clothing, toys, supplies, and more for any family to claim. All items located in the Village Closet are available at no cost, and as stated verbatim by It Takes a Village itself, there are no income or residency requirements to visit and take what you need. For anyone looking to donate, or to any families looking to claim items from the Village Closet's extensive inventory, I've included a link to their website in the description below and on screen now. Thank you to Becky and It Takes a Village for giving me the opportunity to tour and experience this wonderful organization. I truly support all that they do for the community. In terms of education, the primary high school in the town of Huntington is Gateway Regional High School. Now, even though it's located here, this high school doesn't just serve the town of Huntington, but it actually serves 7 nearby towns, and you can see them all listed below. From what I could understand, there is only one operating restaurant in Huntington, so my options for food were limited. Nonetheless, I visited the Comfort Kitchen and Bar, located right in the village of Huntington. This restaurant's menu was full of many intriguing snacks and meals, and I had a tough time deciding what to choose. Ultimately, I went with fried pickle chips for my starter, which was definitely the right move. They were fried golden brown with light sea salt, and when paired with the savory special sauce, they were absolutely delicious. For my entree, I chose the pork schnitzel, which is something I'd never actually tried before. I gotta say, this thing was delicious. The pork was juicy and fried perfectly, and not too chewy at all. It was complemented by the mushroom gravy underneath, and the mashed potatoes it was paired with were creamy and rich. For being the only restaurant in town, the Comfort Kitchen and Bar was truly raising the bar on good food in Huntington. There are several variety stores in the town, and I found myself stopping at the Bridge store to grab a freshly squeezed lemonade, as advertised right out front. For $5 in cash, the store's owner, Coach, prepared the lemonade right in front of me, and it was delicious. Definitely the best lemonade I've had in Western Massachusetts thus far. Shout out to Coach, by the way, for being a super chill dude. Hey, thank you guys for joining me. I've been J-Mass as always, and this has been another dope Massachusetts adventure. And in episode 3 of my Massachusetts Town Review series, we explored the town of Huntington, Massachusetts. So now the question remains, what rating would I give Huntington out of 5? I'd give it 3.5 out of 5 dams. Admittedly, it's a small town, so not a whole lot to do, but very charming people and amazing, beautiful outdoor spaces. As always, guys, my name's been Jay Mass. If you love traveling Massachusetts and New England and looking forward to more of my Massachusetts Town Review series, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Also, shout out to all of my members. You can see them all right here. Those guys are awesome. If you want to become a channel member as well, that would be greatly appreciated. You'd be supporting the channel and me directly. Or you can follow me on Instagram at JMassOfficial. That's at JMassOfficial. And by the way, when I was filming the Huntington State Forest portion of the video, a bramble branch actually smacked me right in the face. You can see I got a little bit of a scar on my cheek now, so hopefully by the time I film the next video and release it on my channel, this thing's gone. So we'll see how that goes. But catch you guys in the next one. Episode 3 done. See you later.